This courtroom showdown has all the tension of a legal thriller. On trial today, Jamie Story, a repeat offender facing the crushing weight of a 10-year prison sentence for theft. After blowing her shot at probation, she's hauled back before the judge, who isn't shy about voicing his frustration. Will compassion win out, or will her history of broken promises finally slam the cell door shut? Stay tuned, because this decision could change her life forever.
I mean, when you never show up, it's pretty much like you're just flipping us off, you know, for giving you an opportunity. And it's hard not to take it a little personal.
And everything, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for disrespecting y'all, and we'll do it right this time.
What will you do different? Okay, so let's see, Jamie's Story, that's a MTRP sentencing. All right, ma'am, you're Jamie Story, and this is cause number 23, DCCR 1546. Ms. Story was placed on probation February 25th of this year for the offense of theft of property with previous convictions, and that was enhanced to a third-degree felony. The sentence was a 10-year term in prison that was probated for 10 years. Motion to revoke was filed. We were here before, and Ms. Story pled true to all of the counts, 1 through 7. I've received the updated report. Have all of you had an opportunity to review that?
Yes, Your Honor. I have, Your Honor.
And are there any additions or corrections?
None from the defense.
Judge, my only thing that I would add, just for the court's recollection, and obviously I, of course, wouldn't try to hold the court to this. We had some difficulty originally even getting her on probation. She volunteered a couple times. We kind of, based on her criminal history, made a stretch to make the offer. The court was
Don't
inclined
talk over
to
her.
go along with it based on some circumstances regarding her.
Here the judge lays out the cold reality of Jamie Story's situation. She was given probation instead of a 10-year prison term, a rare second chance considering her criminal history. But the prosecution wastes no time reminding the court. She's failed probation before, she's had chances, and she's burned every bridge. Viewers, what would you do in this moment if you were the judge? Stick to the maximum penalty, or let homelessness and hardship weigh in as mitigating factors?
Homelessness, etc. I do appreciate that she took responsibility for a motion. However, I have a note on my original plea papers that the state would be asking for primarily the max on the motion to revoke. But again, I know Ms. Holmes has an argument with some hard times that she's fallen on, and I'm not ignorant of that. I just want to let you know my position, what it was originally.
I appreciate that, Ms. Holmes.
Yes, Your Honor. I believe originally that was my concern with Ms. Story essentially having probation was her lack of resources, in which she continued when she was placed on probation in February of this year. That came to fruition. She originally was at her brother's home. That didn't work out, and then she went to go to Liberty with a friend, and there was pretty much lack of resources, lack of transportation, and she made the decision to then not contact because she got scared, and here we are. Your Honor, my main argument is that she has not been on probation long to get started. She never has gotten started. Now that she's been in custody, they visited with her at the jail to let her know what steps and what resources that they can provide, so she knows that she does have help if she does fall on these hard times, that is what probation is for. We are asking if she could get that opportunity to get started so that she can get the resources and the help. She states that she's been in contact with her mother, and her mother would be where she would reside if she's reinstated back on probation to get things back on track. I do see in the recommendations that probation stated if she is granted reinstatement to complete the cognitive track of the intermediate sanctions facility, in which I've gone over that with Ms. Story, and she is willing to do that to have an opportunity to get back on track with probation, Your Honor. We do understand she does have extensive criminal history, and this is not her first rodeo. However, we are asking, due to the severity of how long she can be sentenced to prison, that she at least have one more opportunity to start probation and get back on track and get the resources that she needs.
I don't have anything additional, Judge. I defer to what the court deems appropriate.
This is where the judge's frustration boils over. He reminds Jamie that probation officers can provide resources, but they can't hold her hand every step of the way. Every probation you've ever been on revoked. Those words sting like a gavel strike. The judge even questions his own sanity for considering probation again. It's rare to see a judge admit that level of exasperation so openly. What do you think? Is this tough love, or has patience finally run dry?
I mean, what's appropriate is for you to go to prison for 10 years, probably, with your history and the fact that you got this chance in the first place, right? I mean, probation has all the resources to help you, but they can't go find you and force you to take advantage of those resources. That's up to you. You've been on probation, you've been revoked on every probation you've been on. So the fact that we gave you a probation now and that I'm even considering leaving you on it is making me question my sanity, honestly. Do you have anything to say?
I'm just sorry for disrespecting y'all.
I mean, when you never show up, it's pretty much like you're just flipping us off, you know,
I understand that.
for giving you an opportunity. And it's hard not to take it a little personal.
And I really am sorry, and I'm sorry for disrespecting y'all, and I will do it right this time.
What will you do different?
Everything.
Like what?
I'm gonna get me a job, I'm gonna go to work, I'm gonna go to probation, I'm gonna pay my fees, I'm gonna do everything that I'm asked to do.
Why didn't you do it before?
I didn't have a ride.
Well, but you could always call,
I understand.
right?
It's not my-
You know, if you don't have a ride again, what happens?
I'm gonna use the phone and call. I just had a granddaughter born, so.
And then comes the twist. Against all odds, Jamie gets one last chance. Instead of revoking probation, the judge orders her into an intermediate sanctions facility program with zero tolerance. The warning couldn't be clearer: fail once, and she'll serve the full 10 years behind bars, no deals, no mercy. Imagine hearing that, your freedom dangling by a thread, with your newborn granddaughter as your only motivation. Could you handle that pressure?
All right, I'm going to do this. Going to find that you entered your pleas of true to counts 1 through 7 freely and voluntarily. Find those counts true. Find sufficient evidence to revoke your probation. But I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to continue you on probation. I'm going to order you to enter and successfully complete the cognitive track of the ISF program. You will be on zero tolerance. If I'm telling you, I mean, if you are back in here, I really am going to see all of this. I see everything every time. And there's not going to be negotiations. There's not going to be, let's give you less than the 10. You've agreed to 10 years already. If you violate, it's 10 years in prison, and you can see your grandbaby when she's 5, 6, or 7 when you parole out. All right, so that's what's at stake, is a 10-year sentence, not some lesser, maybe just 2 because you couldn't find a ride. You agreed to it, it's all yours if you violate. Does that make sense? All right, go back with the bailiff. Good luck.
This case exposes the razor-thin line judges walk, balancing accountability with compassion. Jamie Story leaves the courtroom still free, but under the shadow of a decade-long prison sentence that could snap shut at the first misstep. It's a haunting reminder. In the justice system, second chances are rare, and third chances are nearly impossible. If you found this case as shocking as we did, hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.